Welcome to another episode of Bert's Monthly Newsletter, episode number 4. In today's episode, we're going to go over some cool accessories for your central vacuum system. In today's market, where there are so many different options for vacuums, it's important to know that central vacuum isn't left in the past. These common or cool accessories that I'm about to show you bring it into the 21st century and make it the most convenient and easiest system to use in terms of vacuums. So let's get started. So for any central vacuum owner, you know that the worst part about owning a central vacuum is putting the hose away. You love the hose for its convenience of doing stairs, things above your waist, and simply not having to drag or lug the vacuum around with you. But when it comes to putting the hose away, if your hose is like my hose, it ends up in a dark corner in the closet all twisted up. So probably one of the biggest innovations in central vacuum systems over the past 10 years is what's called Retroflex, or retractable hose systems. So what this entails is a valve on your wall that when you open it up, contains your central vacuum hose. To use, you simply just pull it out of the wall. These can come up to 60 feet in length. You only pull out the amount that you're going to need for your vacuuming session at that time. Lock it into place. You can hear the vacuum starts. Grab your vacuum handle, and now put on whatever tool you want to vacuum with. Do your vacuuming. And the beauty is no longer does your hose end up in the corner of the closet, because when you're done, you simply unlock it, cover up the end of the hose, and it gets sucked right back up into the wall. Put my hose away. These systems can be retrofitted, can be complicated for a retrofit. However, if you're in a new build situation, this is one thing I would strongly recommend you consider. So what we're going to show you now is something very different than the retractable hose, that being one of the newer central vacuum accessories that you can get. I'm going to show you, if you have a central vacuum, you more likely have one of these in your home. It's called a vacuum sweep, and there's a whole host of nicknames for these. People call them toe kicks, Vac Pans, you name it. The thingy in my kitchen, I get that a lot. In any case, we call them a vacuum sweep. Very handy tool to have, especially in a kitchen area where you might have debris and stuff on the floor. So they just mount into the toe kick space of your cabinetry. And to turn them on, you don't even have to bend over. You just kick them open and sweep the debris in. Very quick, very easy, and as I said, if you don't have one of these in your home already, very easily to accommodate and put one in. Give us a call. So the last 4 or 5 years, though this accessory has been around for much longer than that, a lot of people have been opting for a WallyFlex over a vacuum sweep. And the simple fact of the matter for this is because they find that they get much more value or use out of their WallyFlex. And let me demonstrate why that is. A WallyFlex simply mounts on the outside of the wall. It gives you a length of hose here that stretches to 13 feet. And you can upgrade this hose so it extends up to 24 feet if you prefer. But 13 feet in a common use area is usually all you need. But the beauty of this is this hose is connected directly to your central vacuum system. So as soon as I turn it on, I've got suction. Of course, this end is 1.25 inches, so it fits all your common central vacuum accessories. When you're all done, there's no hose to put away. simply reattach it to the WallyFlex and you're done. So you'll find WallyFlexes in laundry rooms, boot rooms, bathrooms, basically anywhere that you've got a lot of traffic and you don't always want to haul out the 30-foot hose. That's where a WallyFlex fits in. Another tool that's becoming one of my favorite tools is this pet tool. So there's a lever on the bottom here. After you've basically combed your animal and you've got hair loaded up on the brush here. I'm using fake fur today because my camera lady wouldn't let me comb her hair. So today I'll show you how this works. We'll turn the vacuum on. All that hair gets sucked up rather than being on your floor or down on up in the air. So if you've got a shedding pet, these are amazing. So let's talk about a few accessories that you may not be aware of, but could be added to your existing vacuum or central vacuum system that will at least make your cleaning tasks a little bit easier. One of the more common ones that a lot of people may know of is something called a stair tool. Now, or upholstery tool, sometimes they're known as well. Basically, these tools have a rotating brush inside them. So they're almost like a mini power nozzle. Now, how these two work is very different though. This particular model uses the airflow from the vacuum to spin that brush. So at times these can get bogged down, especially if you're dealing with a lot of hair or if the vacuum on the other end is not as strong. The big brother to that is the electric stair tool. And unlike the other one where it's dependent on that airflow, this one actually has an electric motor in it to help drive that brush through hair, debris, that sort of thing. Of course, the motorized version, a little bit more expensive than the turbo version, but that's where our experts down at our store come into play. Come down, let's discuss your situation, figure out which one best suits your needs. One of my personal favorite tools is the flexible crevice tool. These particular tools, you can see flexible, and it is very narrow. So this is great for taking in your cars, getting down in between the seats or reaching those hard to reach areas. Laundry rooms for your your lint traps, and just down alongside appliances. There's just so many areas that this can assist you, and it's very inexpensive. Another one of my favorite tools is the dust mop tool, they call it. These combine the effectiveness of a dry dust mop along with your suction. If you have smooth, flat surfaces such as walls, linoleum, hardwood floors, and the like, this is a great tool for picking up everything off that floor. The beauty of this is when this gets dirty, it's Velcroed attached. You throw that in the wash machine, air dry, slap it back on, you're good to go. So as we've demonstrated today, there's lots of upgrades to your central vacuum system that you could add on to your existing system, or particularly if you're in a new build, are options that you may want to consider. We have working versions of all these in our showroom, so I truly invite you to come down, check them out firsthand, try them out for yourself, see some of the advantages to this stuff. And that's it for this newsletter. Of course, there's many other accessories that we could go through, but that would be another video in all itself. So stay tuned to the next episode of Bert's Vacuums newsletter.